It actually helps a lot during the summer months.
Do they switch the direction on them? Because right now they're going backwards, which is the winter setting.
Well, the answer is yes. They is me, but the summertime it will probably not be the case. The person who is taking over as I'm transferring to a different store doesn't pay attention to details like that. So.
Well, just leave them before you leave. Leave them the other way, the summer way, and that works fine in the winter too. Because all you're doing is the heat rises up to the ceiling, and you just want to push it back down. And so.
Right now they're okay right now for winter. Or
They'd be better the other way for winter and summer, because the ceiling is so high. Like if you're in a house with a low ceiling, then they have you reverse it so that in the winter you can push the heat off the ceiling without getting a big draft. But when the ceiling is this high, it's not really doing any good because all it's doing right now is just pushing the air up. So if you just leave them in the... It's really a gimmick, to be honest. That was just a gimmick. Really, ceiling fans only need to be one direction. The idea is either to provide a breeze in the summer or to push the heat down in the winter. And you can do that in both cases blowing down. The problem is that people don't want to breeze in the winter, so you just turn them lower. And it'll still push the heat down, but they wanted to be able to sell ceiling fans more in the winter. And sometimes it's helpful to have the reverse feature, but it's really not necessary.
Interesting. Are all of the fans going the
Yes.
opposite direction?
Yes.
Good. I switched one, and I couldn't remember if I had switched it, and then I was like, well, we'll just have to see.
In just about every fan made since... I know way too much about fans.
That's cool.
In just about every fan made since the 70s, counterclockwise is the summer forward normal direction. And in fact, commercial fans made for commercial places pretty much aren't usually reversible. They're just counterclockwise. So these are residential fans that they put in a commercial place because they look nicer.
They do look nicer.
So, but it's interesting that they only have them over the dressing rooms.
How did you get to know so much about fans?
As a child, I was fascinated with anything that spun. And then the short version is, as an adult, I started collecting the ceiling fans that I remembered from my childhood.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So, you want me to move the ladder for you?
No, I can do it.
Okay. So yeah, that's and there's actually a lot of people that do that worldwide that collect old ceiling fans. Some people collect antiques. What I collect is newer than antiques, since that's not what I saw when I was a kid. I saw mostly fans that were made in the 70s and 80s, so that's what I collect.
Right.
But there are people out there that like anything. So even though these are newer, there are people that'll really like to see this. Hence me taking,
Take as many pictures as you would like.
So. I still don't mind going on the ladder for you.
Down, you say?
Yep.
And what was your name?
My name is Dan. So where are you? You're moving to another location or another job, or?
I'm moving to another location, so I'm moving to our Fitchburg store, which is just off of Verona Road in Fitchburg.
I'm trying to think if I can picture it. Where off of Verona Road?
Right by Williamsburg Way.
I can't picture. Oh wait, is it on the other side of the belt line?
Yeah, on the south side of the belt line.
I've never been in there, but I've seen that it's there.
Yeah, it's a nice location. So we'll be taking on some additional responsibility with our customer service department.
Okay.
And
And you won't have to move ladders around.
not as high as this one. When I first moved to this store, we had 9 light bulbs out.
Ooh.
Very comfortable going up and down the ladder.
So yeah, so you're the OCD one then. that would completely, it bothers me when I go into stores that I visit once and they have lights out, you know?
I kept asking for new light bulbs and they were like, they didn't give me an answer, and so finally, after a series of events, I just went out and bought a ton of light bulbs.
Did you get reimbursed?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I would be upset if you didn't.
No, I did.
Yeah, I took my daughter to, here, you sure you don't want me to do it?
I'm good. I just need to bring it back a little bit and a little bit closer to the door.
Okay. I took my daughter to Ella's Deli this past summer, and which is a very fun place, but I was noticing things like light bulbs out and duct tape on some of the little spinning things, and it just really bothered me. Like, you know, like give me some light bulbs, I'll go up there and change them.
And also, when stores have, I'm going to say this in a when they have like dust on the floor, like in the fitting rooms, that really bugs me too.
That would bug me because you never, I mean, you don't try to put your clothes on the floor, but especially if you're trying on pants, they're going to touch the floor anyways, and I would hate to come out with dirtier clothes than I started with.
Exactly. And I said that, and now I'm seeing dust on the floor. So pardon the mess.
Right. I don't see a single speck of dust, but
Oh, good.
I'm also a guy.
That's good.
Have you been staying warm?
I have. It's warm in here.
Yeah.
I'm always cold, so
It's
probably a little bit warmer than it should be, but
it's really bad out there. My wife has been trying to get me to get rid of this coat for years, but it's the warmest coat I own.
oh yeah.
And it's brutal out there.
I know.
Is it still below zero, or is it, you know?
I think the last I saw it was.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for my tires, which I think that was them just calling me to say they were done. When I was waiting for my tires to get done, I was sitting in Panera because they had Wi-Fi and I had some work to do. Careful. And I didn't get anything. I just sat and used their Wi-Fi like a freeloader. But I was very tempted. I don't normally get Panera because if you ask me, they're good, but they're kind of overpriced for some of the things. But I really wanted to get something warm while I was in there. I was very tempted.
They have really good soups. Like their broccoli
Yes.
soup is my favorite.
Yes. I feel really bad watching you move the ladder and not helping you with it. Like, that's not chivalrous at all, but
Well,
I've offered as many times as I can, and you're still...
you did. You did the best you could.
Yes.
I'm also very stubborn, so.
Yes. You're not Norwegian, are you?
I'm Swedish, Polish, French, Irish, Welsh, and German.
That's a lot of combination. I would say because there's all the jokes about stubborn Norwegians. I'm half Norwegian, half Irish, so I hear all the stubborn Norwegian jokes. That's where I was going with that.
Swedes are also very stubborn.
I would assume so. That's pretty similar.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how they fire up. I'm gonna, just in case somebody's interested, there's a switch back there, isn't there?
There is.
I'm gonna see how that. And once again, you're not gonna let me move the ladder. I'm just gonna be an asshole and walk right past you. Showroom fans, pretty cool. So let's see how that does. Yeah, they'll probably be more effective even in the winter. That speed control doesn't do much other than make them noisy, does it? Because that's the lowest setting and they're still going pretty fast, but they're humming more.
The humming will stop after a couple minutes of them warming up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's new to me. I've never had that happen with anything. That's technically not the right type of speed control. That's why they hum at all. I think that's just a dimmer switch. But yeah, you definitely...
They were here before me, so...
We won't blame you for that. And you're leaving, so...
So that will push the air down?
Right, if you think about it, heat rises, warm air rises, so the problem, all the heat's just up there on the ceiling.
Okay.
So all you're doing now is hopefully the heat's getting pushed down.
I can feel it more now.
Yeah, you can. And I mean, basically, it's doing the same thing in the summer, but you theoretically have them higher in the summer, so you're getting a stronger breeze, which is doing some cooling, and then plus you have the air conditioner running in the summer. And what you generally have when you have an air conditioner, because the vents are in certain places and whatnot, you'll get warm spots and cool spots, and they can even that out some. So most places just leave them on the same, even the same speed in the winter and the summer, just because the heating and cooling system is doing most of the work and the fans are just evening it out. But if you actually want the breeze, then you turn them higher. So
You usually just leave them at the same speed.
what is that, all the way down, or?
I think so. I don't know if I mean, obviously it's on a dimmer switch, so
Yeah.
it's higher, but I don't know how much higher.
Let's find out. Let's be adventurous. Somebody's really going to enjoy seeing. Oh, you got your heat back there. That's all the way up. Let's see what that does. I think that's really not that different.
It felt more air.
You feel more air now?
I did when I was standing.
I don't, but that's because I'm wearing this incredibly thick coat.